In this slide entitled Heavenly Vision, Image of Jesus, I compare the image of Jesus in Revelation 1 with the image that we have of God in First Edict, in Daniel 10. Notice the similarity of imagery, and keep in mind that Daniel 10 is probably written almost 200 years before the book of Revelation. Notice the highlighted words that I have. In both Revelation 1 and Daniel 10, you have the image of eyes like a flame of fire. You have face like the sun, and other things that are similar. And also what's interesting is the response. In Daniel, when Daniel has this vision of a heavenly angel like the one he does, he is instantly convinced that his life is in danger, because people believe that if you saw God or saw some heavenly being, you were very likely to die because of God's greatness. In other words, people could not live and be in God's presence, and so that they would die. In response to that belief, Daniel, the author, drops to the ground and is trying to show humility before this being. And instead of executing judgment or killing him, this angel's hand touches Daniel and says, "Do not fear." Now that's interesting, because the same thing takes place in Revelation 1. The vision in Revelation 1 is a revelation of the heavenly Jesus himself, from crucified Messiah to now exalted Savior. And when John sees this vision of Christ, he also drops to the ground, and the response of Jesus is the same. He places his right hand on John and says, "Do not be afraid." I think one of the points that I want you to see is that to a great extent, the author of Revelation is borrowing imagery from many different sources, but specifically from sources like the book of Daniel. The book was not written whole cloth out of the author's own mind, but is replete with images from earlier Jewish apocalyptic literature.